KCAU 9 Sports.
What's poppin', Siouxland? Welcome back to sports. Wild day yesterday in Siouxland GPAC football as Morningside upset Dordt in the conference title game. Heading into the matchup, Dordt was ranked number 6, while the Mustangs were back at number 9. In a game that went into overtime, the Mustangs squeaked out the win with the help of a blocked field goal there and a huge Drew Sellen touchdown grab to help Morningside give Dordt their first loss of the season and a possible ticket into the NAIA playoffs.
One more. It's a one-game championship series. It's finding out who you play, and it's winning that one game. So it's easy to get excited about all that. 20 teams are going to go into the playoffs. 19 are going to go home with a loss. Only one goes home with a win. The idea is to go home with a win every week and let everything else take care of itself.
It's presumed both Dordt and Morningside will make playoffs after their successful seasons this year. We'll learn at 6 where these teams will land, and I'll have more for that for you at 10. We are well into Week 11 of the NFL season, and to kick things off, the Packers hit the Big Apple to take on the Giants. Skip straight to the second quarter. Giants up 7. Malik Willis in for Love hits Christian Watson for his first touchdown of the year. PAT was missed, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but score was 6-7. Anyway, back to highlights. Packers would score again later in the second with Emmanuel Wilson up the middle to make it a 13-7 ball game. Down late in the fourth quarter, Love back in would hit Watson again in the corner of the end zone. He had a day, and he makes a huge grab, put the Packers in front 27-20. Packers would hold off the Giants to win 27-20 in New York. Meanwhile, in Minneapolis, the Vikings hosted the Bears. Minnesota would score first, but it would be Kyle Monangai from the Bears to find the end zone first. Bears go up 7-3 midway through the second. But this one would go down to the wire with a minute left to play. J.J. McCarthy would hit Jordan Addison in the end zone to take the go-ahead lead with only 50 seconds left. Great spot for Minnesota and a challenge for Chicago. And that challenge, though, was accepted. Devin Duvernay back to return, would turn on the Jets, take this 56 yards across midfield, setting up Chicago with excellent field position and 3 timeouts still remaining. They would call on Cairo Santos to drain the walk-off field goal from 48 yards out. Bears would complete another comeback to win 19-17. Later in Denver, the Broncos hosted the Chiefs. Quite the barn burner this one was. The first touchdown wouldn't be scored until the end of the third quarter. They would push the pile to get Jaleel McLaughlin in on the short yardage touchdown. Kansas City would see this and want in on some of that action in the trenches. They would force Kareem Hunt in for the score, tie the game at 13. Fast forward to the fourth, Mahomes would drop back, hit his favorite target, Travis Kelce. He'd break into the end zone. This game would help him become the franchise's Triple Crown leader in all-time receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Big day for T. Swizzle's fiance. But after a busy day for Will Lutz, Denver would call him one more time. Time expired. He drilled a walk-off 35-yarder for the win. Now finally, let's take a look at our top 5 plays of the week. Starting with number 5, in Cedar Falls, West Lyon, Evan Hildring would take this snap and go over 60, I believe it was 63 yards, all the way to the end zone. Kind of a momentum shifter in that one. Put West Lyon up. Play 4 would be EPJ's Aiden Hammett, 67-yard touchdown here in the Dakota Dome for the South Dakota State title game. What a play by Hammett to get us to the end zone. Now, our third best play of the week comes from MMCRU, Michael Schmillen, who had 3 touchdowns, I believe, in this one. Snags in triple coverage. That doesn't matter. He's going to race past that last safety, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the Royals. Play number 2, though, goes to the Muskies. Will Tomko. Goal, somehow, this crazy bounce. The goalie loses his stick. That was a goal for the Musketeers. I'm not really sure how. But play number 1 has to go to the overtime game-winning touchdown from Drew Sellen and Morningside to win the GPAC title. And that will be our top 5 plays of the week.
Sports.
What is poppin', Siouxland? Welcome back to sports. The GPAC football regular season is now officially over. And man, what an ending. Dordt and Morningside fighting for the conference title in OT. The Mustangs took the dub, but not without the help of this week's GPAC Offensive Player of the Week. Morningside wide receiver Drew Sellen was honored after his phenomenal day he had against Dordt on Saturday. The junior hauled in 126 yards and 3 touchdowns, including this game-winning score in overtime. He did all of that on only 7 catches, averaging 18 yards per catch. What a day. Congrats to Drew Sellen. Rough day, though, for Hawkeye fans on Saturday after Iowa allowed USC to score 19 unanswered points, allowing the Trojans to come back and win the ranked matchup, knocking the Hawkeyes out of the top 25.
And we've had 10 opportunities. These guys are prepared each and every week, and they've come out and played their off, quite frankly. And they did that today. I mean, this is a good football team. Road trip, all those things you can use as a crutch, and our guys showed up and competed. It just wasn't good enough today, and part of that's that team we just played. That number 6 is as good as I've seen.
Our job offensively is to score points, and we always talk about being the reason, and we just came short in so many little things. Up front we could have done things a lot better, and then I think you look around everywhere. There's just like these little inches or little details. And that's what it comes down to, right?
No, just being a competitor. Losing sucks. So like you don't want to lose again. So like coming into next week, we still got the same mentality that we're gonna put into work day by day and hopefully come out with the win next time.
The Hawkeyes come back home this week to take on Michigan State on Saturday. We've seen a lot of exciting football over in Cedar Falls last week for the IHSAA state semifinals, but going into the state matchups this week, there is another special thing going on. On Friday, the IHSAA will induct 7 new members into the IHSAA Football Hall of Fame, one being former Cherokee quarterback Tyler Jones. While leading the Braves to multiple playoff appearances, he set the career passing yards record for over a decade with 9,146 yards. He also set the bar for completions in a game with 42 completions in a single season at 287, touchdowns passes in a season at 29, and career completions at 755. In his time, he was also a 3-time All-State selection. Along with him is official Mark Harris being inducted after over 30 years of officiating Siouxland sports. Congrats to Tyler and Mark. And that will do it for sports. We'll see you right back after the break.
Now, KCAU 9 Sports.
What's poppin', Siouxland? Welcome back to sports. The GPAC released its annual awards and all conference teams for volleyball, but it was Northwestern stealing the show. Head coach Kyle Vanden Bosch was honored as the GPAC Coach of the Year. This is the 3rd straight year the coach has earned this award. The Raiders went 16-0 in conference play this year, winning 50 straight GPAC regular season and postseason matchups. Vanden Bosch now has the Raiders at 92-6 over the last 3 seasons. Now, not only did the coach get his 3rd straight award, but the Raiders have earned GPAC Player of the Year 3 times in a row now as well. This year it belongs to Stella Winterfeld, who led the GPAC with 4.32 kills per set in 22 matches, raking 328 total kills along with 198 digs. Despite missing time due to injury and playing outside hitter for the first time, she still had enough impact to earn the honor. Now, Xavier Metzger also earned Co-Defender of the Year, leading the country in blocks per set with 1.93. She also averaged 1.83 kills per set, ranking in 196. She also is the first player in program history to receive a GPAC award 3 times in her career. See who made the all-conference teams? You can check this article out on SiouxlandProud.com.